Good morning students, myself Rupinder Kaur, and today we are going to continue with the same chapter inside our earth. As you have seen the videos which I have sent it to you, so with continuation to that we are going to talk about the different layers or the structure of our earth. On the basis of varying density and other physical and chemical properties of rocks, the earth can be divided into three concentric layers. These are crust, mantle and the core. You have seen in the picture. Moving up, next is the first is crust. The crust is the solid outermost layer. It is also called lithosphere. Remember, we have talked in the previous chapter about lithosphere, and the outer crust has soil in it, and it is the thinnest of all the layers. Some of the facts related to the crust form only 0.5% of the volume of the earth, 16% consists of the mantle, and 83% makes the core. Moving up next with the different parts of the crust, the continental crust and the oceanic crust. In the picture given, you can see that there is a continental crust and the oceanic crust. The upper part of the crust is called continental crust and the lower part is called the oceanic crust. The continental crust is about 35 km on the continental masses and only 5 km on the oceanic floors. And the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. It is therefore called SEMA with a combination of silica and magnesium. The main mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina, and the average density of the crust is about 3.0 gram per cubic centimeter. Moving up, next is mantle. Just beneath the crust is the mantle, which extends up to a depth of 2900 km below the crust. It lies between the crust and the core. It is also made up of dense and heavy materials such as iron and magnesium. That is why magma is found in this layer. Moving up, next with is the core. The core lies below the mantle and around the center of the earth. It is also called barysphere. The innermost layer is the core and the radius of about 3500 km. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron and is called knife. Ni means nickel and Fe means furious, that is iron. The central core has very high temperature and the pressure. Moving up, next are some of the facts related to the deepest mine in the world is in South Africa and it is about 4 km deep, and the engineer have dug the hole about 6 km to collect oil from it. To reach to the center of the earth, which is not at all possible, you will have to dig a hole 6000 km deep on the oceanic floor. So these are some of the facts you should know about. Moving up, next is the materials of the earths, that is rocks and the minerals. The earth crust is made up of various types of rocks, and natural mass of mineral matters that makes up the earth crust is called a rock. Rock can be of different color, size and texture as well. Minerals are naturally occurring substances present in rocks. So these solid substances have a definite chemical compositions as well. A rock in which particular mineral is found in large percentage is called ore of that mineral. So ores are very much important as mostly mining is done in those areas where ores occur. Moving up, next is there are different types of rocks. Three types are igneous rocks, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rocks. The first one is igneous rocks. Igneous. The word comes from a Latin word ignis, meaning fire. When the molten magma cools, what is molten magma? We can also called as volcanoes as well. It becomes solid. Rocks thus formed are called igneous rocks. They are also called primary rocks. So they have two names, igneous and primary rocks. Valuable minerals such as iron, gold, silver and aluminium are found in these types of rock. Moving up next, the igneous rocks are divided into further two types, intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. What are intrusive igneous rocks? Sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth crust. This means the volcanoes couldn't come out from the earth crust, so they deep inside cools down. Solid rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks. Since they cool down slowly, they form large grains. Just like the picture you have seen, granite is an example of such a rock. It's very costly as well. Grinding stones used to prepare paste powder of spices and grains are made up of granite. So these are some of the facts. Moving up next is extrusive igneous rocks. Lava is actually fiery red molten magma. You have seen volcanoes, it is of bright red color, coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. When this molten lava or the volcanoes comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called extrusive igneous rocks. These rocks are also known as volcanic rocks. So these can be classified into extrusive igneous rocks and volcanic rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. For example, basalt. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rocks. Moving up, next were the sediments and the sedimentary rocks. The word comes from the Latin word sedimentum, meaning settle down. This means these rocks are related to some content which has been settled down. Rains, wind, ice, plants and animals break rocks into fragments, into different parts. These smaller particles are called sediments. These sediments are transported and deposited by wind, water and some other components. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks. You can see in the pictures. So these type of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. These types of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. For example, sandstone is made from grains of sand. These rocks may also contain fossils of plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived on them. So these fossils also help them to create those rocks as well. Moving up, next were the metamorphic rocks. The word comes from the Greek word metamorphos, meaning change of form. Igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rocks under great heat and pressure. The act of metamorphic takes hundreds of years to come into existence. Gems can be found in these type of rocks, and examples are clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. So it took hundreds of years to become these type of rocks. Thank you so much for today's session. See you soon.